Hi, this is Katie Harris reporting for WASU News. Tonight we're reporting on a new trend in education called service learning. Service learning is defined as a new educational approach where teachers and students combine traditional instructional practices in the classroom with community projects in the real world. It increases student responsibility, gives the teachers and students a connection to the community and strengthens the communities. It's part of what is called experiential learning. It combines experiences with learning, and it's more hands on and student centered and gives students more real life application.
When we're producing food, there's that purpose, and that brings relevance. It's all about student engagement. And by engagement, I'm not talking about just paying attention. I'm talking about like an emotional, psychological commitment to their learning.
Service learning is one of the collaborative learning environments that we've been learning about, where students work to solve real life problems in groups and they actually work in the community to apply the skills they're learning in the classroom. Let's hear from Ann Watson, a physics teacher from Vermont, about service learning.
Always studying these things in the context of this classroom or in a textbook, and that's not necessarily authentic. Service learning is any kind of project or unit that takes the required curriculum and finds applications in the community. So it's going to end up having a real life product or meaning. You have a third party right in front of you. The school definitely has needs. How can your class meet them?
So now you may be wondering, what is the teacher's role in the classroom since most of the learning is done outside of the teacher in the classroom? Teachers and other adults in education now act as coaches and guides who question, provide context, and encourage the students to challenge themselves in their learning. So, the teacher's role, they're the guide and the facilitator. They ignite discussions and facilitate opportunities, and they support the responsibility and social skills needed so they can be successful in their service learning. So the teachers may not actually be there for the service learning. They may not actually attend the community project that their students are at, but they have a direct connection to how the students react and participate in the service learning. They may actually teach some of the social skills and talk about responsibility and different aspects that will make the students more successful and gain more from their service learning. They also will ignite the discussion about service learning and hopefully get the students to think about what they would like to do in their community and think about things that are important to them. So, 21st century students also take on new roles in this service learning strategy. They have to construct their own meaning and apply new skills in meaningful ways in their environment. They take on responsibility in their education and make connections to the real world themselves. Many 21st century students find service learning more valuable than just sitting in the classroom. They enjoy being able to apply the skills they're learning, feel like they're valued in their community, and make noticeable change. So, what does the research say about service learning? On Vanderbilt.edu, I found where three different benefits were given for three different levels of service learning: the student, the teacher, and the community. For the student, some of the benefits are that the student's ability to apply what they have learned to the real world improves. They are able to actually make those connections from what they are learning in the classroom and see how they can be useful in the real world. They develop greater leadership and communication skills because they're actually having to use them in real world situations and talk to people and understand what problems are occurring in their world and how they can communicate to change them. They improve their social responsibility and citizenship. And they also are able to connect with others in their community to learn about career opportunities, which can be huge for some children. The teacher has a higher satisfaction with student learning. They feel like the students are gaining more from what they're teaching and that they're able to see the big picture. They're also able to make new educational connections to the community. Teachers are always needing resources to make their instruction more meaningful, and there are all kinds of people in the community who, when they are met, they are just welcome and happy to come into the classroom and assist with the local schools. The community needs volunteers, and when the students are available, this gives them very much needed volunteers. It also enhances the community and school relationship. There's more understanding of what's going on and a greater partnership. And also, the students provide the community with high energy volunteers that are enthusiastic and they provide a new perspective. They're a new generation that has new ideas and they're willing to learn and share their own ideas. Now that we have seen some of the advantages to service learning, let's also look at a few disadvantages that teachers and students might need to be aware of before they commit to this new teaching strategy. Some teachers feel like service learning is harder to control the outcome of because they may not necessarily be there, like we mentioned earlier, when the learning occurs, when the service learning is happening. So, this is something that teachers just need to be very proactive and research what they are asking their students to do beforehand. But this is one thing that some teachers consider a disadvantage. For the student, sometimes they feel like having to commit this time to going out and doing this can be really hard while balancing other school obligations. Lastly, we would like to discuss a few ideas for incorporating service learning into your classroom. So it can be very basic, such as actually doing things in your classroom that are benefiting your community. Some teachers use service learning in social studies or science when they're studying local areas like state parks or local monuments. They allow their students to research those places and then use technology to create a pamphlet that can be used for tourism. Also, in math, when studying measurement, your students could mix up hot chocolate mix, measuring out the various ingredients, and then package it to give to policemen, nurses, etc. in your community. Also, recycling is a big way that a lot of schools in our area use service learning. They have recycling teams at the school, and children make up those teams. And they feel that responsibility and citizenship in making sure that litter is picked up, it's put in the right place, and recycled to make our environment better. School gardens have also become very popular. They are both used for school use and they can also, if you grow vegetables or fruits, they can be donated to help the hungry and needy in the community. This has been Katie Harris reporting for WASU News. Thanks for watching.